is up, everybody? I want to welcome you to Saturday morning's edition of the Kayak Fishing League. I'm Lance McWhorter, also known as D-Day, and welcome. Glad to have you guys here. We've got some great people on the line. We got our teams on the water. They've been fishing all morning long. They've already been putting up some pretty good numbers. So we're going to get some on-air interviews. You're going to be catching some fish live. But first, we're out here on the Pride Network, so I know a lot of you guys are not quite used to what we do here in kayak fishing. So a lot of questions, a lot of how do you guys catch fish out of those little boats? How do you not fall out? How do you roll over? How do you tip over? All right, here's the deal. 2 teams on the water. Each one of them's looking for a 10 fish limit spread out over the 4 players on each team. A really, really good day of kayak fishing will get you about 200 inches aggregate out of those 10 fish. So a 20-inch fish is a monster. That's what we're looking for. So these guys are going to catch them, get them in the boat, get them on a board. It's an approved measuring device that they have to go through a very strict set of rules that they have to do to upload them. Then they go up and they get counted, judged by an off-site judge who goes over every single submission, and up on the board they go. So we are going to start getting into what's going on the water. We're going to get in my homie Matt. What's up, Matt? How are you, buddy?
How you doing, Lance?
Oh, fantastic. We got a bunch of anglers already, posting up here, looking like we're going to have a very busy day of people on the water. So what do you think so far? How's things been going today?
Man, they've landed some nice ones this morning. I know the Indy Knights have been lighting it up. They just put up a couple 18-inchers. I know Derek's been lighting it up. I saw Kenwood there with a few. So the action is not limited.
Nice. Then that's what we love. I mean, it's especially being in this new platform that we have to where we can take on, cameras along with our anglers, So, and speaking of, let's see who we've got out there. Who should we bring on? Who's been catching fish? You're saying Derek's out there. Toby's out there. Let's get some of these guys. Derek. There he is.
Happening?
What's up, brother? How are you today?
Very well. Yourself?
Oh, living the dream, Wishing I was out on the water instead of here in the KFL live studios, but we'll get it going out there. We're going to add in some of your buddies out here. We got Toby out there. We got Sam is out there. Who else has been catching fish out there today? Yeah. All right. So, Derek, what's up, man? How's things going?
Pretty good.
Yeah, awesome, man. Toby, how about you? Looks like you're moving.
I can barely hear you, Lance.
Gotcha, yeah. I said it looks like you're barely moving out there.
Wow, they got a lot of current, a little bit of wind.
Yeah. It's just kind of working it hard. The how's things been going so far this morning? You been getting some in the boat?
I've been catching a lot in the boat, just all the wrong species.
Ah. Some days be like that.
I've been fishing this lake since I was a kid. I've never seen it fish like this.
Oh, it always happens on tournament day, doesn't it? Sam, how about you, buddy? How you doing over there?
Doing well, man. The plan is working. The team's catching fish. And, it's been a little bit tougher than probably we thought it would be.
Mm-hmm.
And that may sound silly when you're looking at the scoreboard. But the plans come together nicely. We're excited. Not only that, we're catching fish, but there's a good matchup going on.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we picked this lake, so that we can put a good show on and have a good competitive match. And it looks like that's what we're going to have here today.
I finally got the right species, Lance.
A good show on and here today.
I think it's the wrong size, though.
Did we lose Lance?
No, I'm here.
There you go. Okay.
So I think the internet world is being crazy right now.
That's
But I
all
heard
right.
Toby say he finally got the right species, so that's
Yeah, it was 6 inches.
it's a start. All right, let's see what else is going. Sam, I was saying you were mentioning the plan coming together. What was the plan for this weekend?
Well, it really came down to having several plans and allowing the conditions to kind of dictate what we were doing. We put everyone out on the water today, or we put everyone out on the water during practice so that we can cover it and come up with multiple game plans. Got some guys on schools of fish. We got some guys kind of moving around doing different things. And so it's
And then a lot of people are just barely learning that that's where the real changes, the real angle in kayak fishing league are, is that it is a team-based event. So I mean, we're talking about just tons of planning that's going into these actual strategies, figuring out who you're playing against from week to week, looking at stats. It adds in an entirely new layer into kayak fishing world.
It sure does.
So, Adam Murray, my man, how you doing down there?
Doing all right. Real good, actually.
Real good. All right. What you got on the boat so far?
I may do
He's your day one leader.
Yeah.
I'd say 6, 5 or 6 on the board right now.
Awesome, man. That's as we said, that plan's really been coming together for you guys. How do you feel? Like, what was your role in executing that this morning? Like, what was your kind of lead? Were you just going to go out there and just power it?
Well, I found out that's what practice, and I just had a I actually showed up this morning, and I just kept getting short strike.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had a big boat turn let out. It wasn't big, but it seemed big because there's like 11 boats in it.
Mm-hmm.
I think every one of them came through right through by. Had a couple guys get stuck, float through grass everywhere. And it was just dead for a while. They finally let us down. And once I calmed down and everything, my fish got out of that. Honestly, I've been here the whole time.
Man, and it's all about staying absolutely fluid in this stuff. I mean, changing conditions, changing environments. You've got boats coming in, boats coming out, and a lot of people don't understand like the kind of difficulties that we face on kayaks a lot of the times. But when it does come time to kind of slip in again those areas that may have been disturbed or may have been kind of wrecked up by those boats, as we can get in, you start talking about churned up grass. That's going to create whole new edges for you after a little while. Yeah, but keep after it, man. We're going to check in with some of our other guys down here. We'll be right back with you guys. We got Stephen Bell. I got to bring him on because he's always looking sharp. He's always got the hat. He's always got the colors. He's always looking great. Mr. Bell, how are you today, sir? Oh, look at there. See? Thought I saw something going on down there, so I'm like, I got to get this guy on real quick. Looks like things are going okay for you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and Adam had one come off right at the boat, man. Heartbreaking. So Steven, how many is that for you? See, we're having a little bit of audio difficulty with Steven, and that's just because that beautiful fish is taking up so much bandwidth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Well, looks like a great day so far. We'll let you measure that fish and get back with you here in a second. We'll see it popping up on the leaderboard.
All right.
All right, buddy. Matt, we're getting some fish up here, buddy.
Oh yeah.
We got Joe on down here. Mr. Marconi, let's add him in. Let's see what we got going on down here. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And you guys are wrapped up, bundled up, ready for the long ride. Looks like how things going on out there. Why don't you guys, Mr. Marconi, why don't you tell us where you're fishing today, how things are going?
Well, we're on a pond on the Cape. It's been a little tough, slow bite. I mean, we had it going in the morning, and it's slowed down a little since here, but we're doing well. Can't complain. We're gonna have to grind it out. Need a few upgrades.
Well, and what was you guys' plan coming into this? You're up against a tough one this week. Like, what was you guys' plan in coming together to beat these guys?
Well, we wanted to try to kind of break up the way we were covering the pond and the water. There's a few different things that are productive here, and it can vary day to day. It's a herring pond.
Mm-hmm.
So that can make things a little bit tricky. If they can school up and chase them around and be totally random. So John and I went down to the south, and Ken and Derek went up north, and just kind of running it. But it's gone well. We had a spot that was awesome this morning, but just kind of letting it reload. I took off for probably 45 minutes. I'm going to head back that way soon and just see what's going on.
Awesome, man. Well, glad to have you guys on. We're going to keep spinning around the studio here. We got a ton of people waiting to get in, guys, so we're going to try and make it around the water to each and every one of you to get you some airtime. So let me switch over now. Mr. Hank, working that spinning rod furiously.
What's happening?
How are you, brother?
I'm good, man. You know, when I came into the studio, it said, good lighting can make you look amazing. How do I look amazing?
I think you look amazing. Like, Matt, what do you think?
I mean, all that gray, a little bit of sunshine.
You know what? I got the salt here, and then I got the pepper up here. It's a full meal.
There you go. So how things been going for you today, bro?
I'm good. It's been slow. I'm fishing the south end of Randleman Lake. Everybody else is at the north end, but I just peeked into the leaderboard, and it looks like we might be working on an upset.
There we go. That's the way we like it, man. That's we'll get in here just a little bit. We're gonna pull up that leaderboard so we can get some.
Funny.
What's that?
Sorry about that. I got some, got some voters coming.
Nice, man. Well, that's no. I'm glad you guys are out there working on that upset, man. That's what we like to see. We like to see the exciting stuff here. So.
Yeah, I can't give you too much excitement. There's been a big boat tournament launched here in the morning, so I didn't get on the water until 6:30. And I ran into my friend Bill, who's one of the NC Bass Federation officers, and he told me that they've got a big club event here. I wasn't aware of that, so I didn't get out until late, and I missed that early top water fight, and I only got one fish. Now I'm just cranking. But it looks like my teammates are picking up the slack, so that's good.
Right on, man. No, well, that's great. Great to hear. Glad you guys are crushing it out there, man. It's looking good. It's looking like you guys could make a run. So let's take a break and go into our KFL leaderboards here real quick. We'll get the screen set up.
That's the great thing about them team events is your teammates have your back. If you get one person in the lull, you got four others there after the same goal.
Exactly. And kind of breaking it down by strengths and weaknesses has been really a cool thing. It's a recurring theme that we've seen going on from week to week. Where these guys, it's almost like a baseball lineup where you've got the finesse guy, you've got the schooling guy, you've got the chasing down and just kind of power fishing and exploring guy, you've got the heavy hitter, that just comes in clutch with those 2 20+ inch fish. So let's go in real quick. While we're looking at this, we're going to go through the KFL leaderboards right now. As it sits, West Virginia versus Indianapolis. I mean, we got 167 to 158. So, I mean, tight. We've got the bronze backs and the Maulers, with the Maulers coming up 179.75. That is one that we've really been looking like it was going to be a tight matchup, and it is not disappointing. The Florida Copperheads, Carolina Castors, 98 to 30. But man, that seems kind of way off for those guys. So maybe we'll see some movement or some uploads coming from them soon. The Bandits and the Hurricanes. This is a really good leg. We're going to see probably a little bit of drag and getting some uploads from those guys just from the service area. But that is going to be a great matchup on a great league. The Hogs and the Rough Riders, 75 to 36, and the Rhode Island Rebels to Bay State, 164 to 49. So it's definitely looking like some upsets in some spots. It's looking like some great leads in some others. And man, what a day of fishing. Let's kind of recycle our board here. Let's see if we can get some of these guys from down south on here. Who do we got in the waiting room?
Yeah, we got the northern guys showing up.
Yeah.
Get repopulated and see what these guys have in store for us.
It's
The app's locking up a little bit.
The roots of history run deep through Stafford, Virginia. We've raised leaders, featured artists, and honored those heroes among us. We've learned from the battles fought, and we look to the future with hope. We take this time to focus on what makes us exceptional, while constantly remembering where we came from. We're always open to fresh ideas and innovation, and savor all of the flavor at our fingertips. We find inspiration in our craftsmanship, and there's always a hidden gem around every corner. Find yours. Rediscover Stafford.
What is up, everybody? We're back again, and we're making some room here in the green room to try and get on some of the guys from down south that are angling. I don't know if we've gotten them joined on, so if any of you guys are listening, make sure and pop in here and there so we can get you on. If we are missing you, just make sure and send myself or Matt a message or a text, and we will make sure and add you to the room. Right now, I just want to go to Matt Dunn. Oh, and see, he vanished right then. I was like, I want to go to Matt Dunn because he's sideways. So let's go to John Ferreira instead. John, you doing any good down there, buddy? I think we got him on mute.
Yeah.
John, you hear me okay? Yeah, you're on mute, buddy. It's all right. It's cool. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, he's got some audio. That's all right. We're watching you. I can't hear you, but you might have got a mute button somewhere that you can't see. But yeah, it's all good. Matt's here again. Matt is upright, and I don't know. He's kind of stalling a little bit too, so he might have some connectivity issues. That might be why he was throwing his phone around. No, there's Matt. He's moving. He's smiling. There we go. How's it going, buddy?
I just was able to get a picture over there. Like pretty good. Took a picture of it.
Well, awesome, man. Well, good deal. Well, we're watching. We got our eyes on you up here, so we're going to keep flipping around. We're going to come back, and if you guys make sure and be super dramatic when you hook into that monster so that we can see you down there and get you on while you're that's the biggest thing is we've got these little tabs down here that we get to watch all of you. So yeah, good luck, buddy. It's good to have you on. Let's check in with Justin. Justin Faircloth, how you doing up there, buddy? Hot. Nice. How's things going? Any luck?
I think we're on a good spot. Can't get anything going right this second. I mean, we just started about 20 minutes ago. I had to play it out and see how it goes.
Yeah, the late start is kind of different. You know, it definitely changes the way that you think about approaching an area to fish. You know, I'm one of those anglers that, like, I really dig that afternoon bite, that lunchtime bite. You know, but when you have to start out with it, it's kind of different.
Yeah, definitely. The area has been definitely an afternoon bite here lately. Just in general, I haven't had any luck early in the morning. It's been usually after about 1 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. Now tell us a little bit about the lake that you guys are fishing on today.
To be honest with you, it's Randleman Lake, 45 minutes from the house. I typically don't fish here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of boat traffic. I think there's 96 boats here as we checked in around 10 o'clock.
Wow.
Yeah.
So pretty heavy pressure, pretty high traffic. It's just kind of one of those more popular local lakes, and we see that a lot in these events where you're going to wind up piled up on one of those lakes that could be a little tricky. And I mean, I think that kind of adds to the pro aspect of it for sure. You got to be a little more thoughtful in how you piece together your day.
Yeah, this one definitely gets a lot of pressure from the boat guys, even the kayak guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's not one of my favorite lakes.
Nice. Well, man, hopefully it keeps picking up. Hopefully it keeps going. We can figure it out and start getting some fish in the boat right now. Let's keep bopping around. We're gonna come back to you here in a minute. Matt, who haven't we talked to in a little bit? What do you think?
Oh, yeah, a lot of the maulers. We've had Indian.
Get some of the guys. Oh, I see somebody populating down here in the bottom, and it just says Dwayne on it, but it's covered up right now. So I think we might be having some Dwayne action here in a little bit, which could be good. But it looks like his camera's laying on the floor of the boat. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm hoping that it's not a big time signal issue down south, man. Because like I want to see some of these guys, and like I can see Dwayne Taft peeking through. Like I think he's got some connectivity things going on. But while we're waiting to see if Dwayne Taft can get on, I mean, because Dwayne is an absolute hammer down here, and I know he's out on that Caney Lake in Louisiana, and I want to get some footage about it. I think that's going to be a really cool spot.
Yeah, I'd love to get some footage down there.
But yeah, we've got Chris Catucci on though, so that's my man. How's it going, buddy?
How we doing?
Living the dream.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
How's things going down there?
It's on. I did it first half. Tried to go for that legitimately extremely dangerous. I shouldn't have tried. I've never this lake like it's like 3 feet high here for 10. I haven't seen anything like before. So cool. But,
Man, well, we're looking to see some exciting Chris Catucci action this time, man. I mean, like last go round was you kind of had a nail biter going for us, and pulled it out kind of there at the end, and kind of you were swinging for the MVP title, you know. I mean, it's like you kind of having some of the same action today. You're kind of thinking that that you're going to be the guy to pull it off.
I don't know. I feel like we're spot. Well, I'm not playing as quickly. I'm killing me past. I work at so I'm a little keep grinding. It's pretty cool. I know this. Like I said, a lot of the like shoreliners hidden waters. So I just laid just sort out like more years. And I instantly can't see. You can waters level, but and instantly one jump around.
Nice.
I another block and rips one of my trailer. Get a 4.5 inch, and I was like, all right, so this there, and I'm gonna that spot. One that loaded, and I put 5 pounds tree. So, 10.
Oh,
I was checking.
you're just checking. You're just knocking the grass off of it, right? Always with the drama. Always with the drama, Catucci, man. I mean, always with the drama. That's and I'm gonna add on somebody next to you, Chris. Oh,
Chris has just got me memorized with the tights.
Oh yeah. The mesmerizing with the tights is I think that's one of his games, man. But speaking of mesmerizing and dashingly handsome, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dwayne Taff is live, large, and in charge on the KFL stream. How's it going, brother?
It could be better.
What do you got? What are you thinking of the lake? I know we've heard a lot of really good things about that lake.
You're muted, Dwayne.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go.
It's a tough lake. Extremely tough lake. I've been here since Thursday, and I still haven't figured it out really. Everything you would want in a lake. There's hydrilla, it's clear water, eelgrass, lily pads. You think there'll be a double digit sitting on every corner. But it's not happening.
Well, I mean, I know we had some crazy weather pushing through there, but I mean, you've got some guys on your team that I know have been around that lake a little bit. Have you been able to? I mean, are any of them kind of looking like they're going to be able to adjust fire and kind of pick anything up out of this guy, or is it just going to kind of be a? I mean, I don't remember where we were sitting.
It's 100% grind. It's going to be a grind for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking like low score across. I mean, considering the teams, the Bandits and the Hurricanes, I mean, expect some high scores out of you guys. We're sitting at like 86 and 40. That is definitely a tough day.
Yeah, I mean, I've got one score. I think I've caught 5 total.
Mm-hmm.
And one was a 21. The rest of them are all 13s.
Oh.
So it's
feast or famine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, man,
I can see Jamie and John Mooney across the lake about 100 yards from me.
Mm-hmm.
I know Jamie has one scorable. I don't know about Mooney.
Yeah. Well, with a group like that, if anybody can figure it out, I know you guys can. So we're going to keep an eye And when you see those guys running around over there, make sure and throw your next scoreable fish right behind Jamie so it splashes him for me. So that would be. But awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, it kind of you start getting into some of these weather affected regions, like and I'm gonna add Mr. Lessman into the stream down here too, so we got some other people, but oh, looks like he's having some connective issues too. But I mean, yeah, you start getting this weird weather that's really plagued, you know, the southeast, and so much water, so much weather, so much. I mean, so many changes, and the changes are so often. It's no week. I mean, you can't go fish somewhere and plan for it to be anything remotely similar, the week after that. So it's just been a real crazy time, man. Real tough to figure these lakes out, as we're seeing. I mean, Dwayne, you can see in the background boat houses, some nice chop to the water. It's got some cloud cover. It's got everything that it looks like it would make a beautiful, Louisiana fishing day. But
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Man, well, good luck, buddy. Well, I mean, hopefully we can pull it out together. We'll be watching you guys. We'll be watching for some fish, and yeah, good luck. Keep grinding, buddy. That's all we can say. Keep grinding.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All right, we'll check back in with you in a second, buddy.
All right, man.
All right. Like, Justin Lacoste is staring at the camera, so we're going to be like, what's up, Justin? Justin Lacoste looking like he has something to say.
I'm having a real hard time hearing you, Lance.
Oh, I was just saying it looked like you had something to say because you're looking at the camera like you were just looking pretty there for a second.
I was trying to figure out the volume. I can't hear you.
Oh. Well, I can hear you crystal clear, so I don't know. The interweb gods could be messing with us a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely this area. Because when one of my is on, I can hear them fine, but I can't hear anybody.
Crazy.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit of an echo.
Yeah. Man, well, Matt, if you want to talk for a second, let me adjust my mic, see if I can get everything working.
All right, brother.
All right, give me just a sec to adjust this. If it's got an echo, I can probably fix that. So.
Roger. So how we doing down there, Justin?
We're doing. I'm struggling now. I mean, I got 3 bites, man, and lost one. But luckily the team's backing me up. I mean, I got that good kicker and another decent fish, but it's gonna grind.
Now, as far as the teams, do you guys on game day? Do you guys talk back and forth on the water much?
Say that again.
I said on game day, do you, as a team, do you guys communicate quite a bit during game day?
Oh yeah, constantly. Every fish that we catch, we say we send a message on what we were fishing, what type of lure we were using, water depth, things like that, so that we can figure out a pattern together. My area is just, I think I spent way too long in the area that I caught them this morning. I've moved now. We'll see what happens.
Excellent. Well, that's good, because I know, especially with us in Detroit here, we're constantly communicating on the water, off the water, and we have our ways of communicating. I know some people have radio. We just, if we have decent service, we'll just open up a text group and we communicate that way. And we always let our team know too, last fish, how big it was. And if we're to the stage of calling, what that bottom fish is. So that's always the bottom text is, how big, what do we need to make that call? And then we update as we go.
Exactly. I mean, that's pretty much the same thing we're doing now, and what we've done in the past also.
Right
Well, that's
on.
one of the things that definitely stands the KFL apart as far as any different fishing tournaments that we normally do is that communication aspect. So
Right.
being able to communicate with each other is just an absolute it's critical from a strategic standpoint.
Right. And that 21 that I caught this morning, Kraz was literally, 15, 20 yards away. We were fishing that same area, and having him there with just as much excitement as me as a teammate. You don't get that in a regular tournament. So it kind of pumps you up even more because the both of you got that energy going, the adrenaline rush. And at first, he didn't think it was as big as it was. He says, "Oh, what's it, 19?" And when I told him it was 21, man, he started hooting and hollering louder than I was, I think.
Yeah, man, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, for sure. The team aspect of it is definitely a gas, and it's so much fun to watch. From the studio, being able to piece each other together, just an absolute blast. Let's bring in someone here next, just because the legs are up. Charles Cruz. Hey, Charles, can you hear us? All I can hear is seagulls, and he froze up. So, yet another one of the challenges of the team-based event is bandwidth, man. Like communications are kind of tough. A lot of these guys are figuring it out as we go. I know that getting out on the water and trying to manage phones and power and all these things that go along with them have been pretty difficult for a lot of people to do. It's I know that I was sitting there bringing up a battery box out of an old ammo can with a phone mount and all that good stuff when I was out there fishing. So it's like for all of our viewers at home, just keep in mind that these guys are trying to fish and manage their phones at the same time. All while they stay charged so they can take pictures with them and upload their fish.
Correct. I'm actually running a dual phone setup. My regular phone is what you're talking to me on now, and then I just have an old phone running the Fishing Chaos app hooked to my hotspot, and it seems to be working out. I have this phone hardwired into the Dakota lithium battery. It keeps it charged all day. I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, it's just ingenuity. That's what it is. It's in the electronics world and the phone world and everything like that. You heard it here first. Rig Up Solutions for keeping phones going in the heat. That's as the summer blows on, that's going to be one of the things is watching these guys keep the phones cool because they do overheat.
Yeah, luckily today we got quite the overcast and not too hot today. The remnants of Elsa rolling through.
Yeah, that's been pretty wild out there. Just like I was saying earlier, all the way through the southeast, the eastern seaboard, like it's just been wild for weather. So it's no sort of reason to understand why fishing is a little bit weird right now.
The area that I normally fish at this place is actually in the river, and I can't even get up in the river right now. I get to the mouth of the river, and the current pushes me right out, spins me right around. I can't get up there. Katucci was able to get up there a little bit, but he turned around shortly thereafter because it got dangerous. There was logs floating down.
Oh, wow.
He almost got trapped under a tree, so he got out of there pretty quick.
Yeah, that gets bad pretty quick. We had one of our guys down here in Texas flip a boat in swelled water after rains, and even when it doesn't look bad, it's amazing how much weight's moving in those things.
Yeah.
And fishing boats. A lot of people think that kayak fishing, is these nimble little boats that they see on whitewater fishing or whitewater kayaking, and it's like, no, these boats aren't quite that nimble.
They don't handle it like that.
Yeah, there are battleships. Cool, man. Let's see who have we checked in with in a while. Let's check in with DB, man. Let's check in with Derek Brundle,
the man, the legend.
Right. What's up, Derek?
Well, he's still loading. I did mention earlier, it'd be great if they'd come up with a cell phone booster, marine grade,
Right.
that doesn't break the bank. You know,
Yeah. I mean, I think that as things grow, as the demand for it grows, that we're going to get to see some pretty cool advances in technology. I know that a lot of the cameras, a lot of these small cameras are starting to integrate. So, all right, let's do some shuffling. Let's bring some people back in. Like I said, guys, we're going to cycle through people. If you're lagging or whatever, we're going to add in, see if we can get in some other English from around the country. I don't see who haven't we had in yet. We haven't had Charles Cruz in yet. We haven't had Brian Sparks in yet. Let's see what Brian Sparks is up to.
What's up, Brian?
What's up, Brian?
fellas?
How are you, buddy?
Doing good. Trying to
Awesome,
see if
man.
we can't put some more upgrades on the board here.
Yeah. So yeah, how's your day been going so far?
Started off pretty good. My bike kind of quit at about 10:30, but everybody else's kind of took off. So kind of works out that way when it's a team tournament. But we've got room for a couple upgrades and see if we can't finish this thing off.
Nice. So I mean, looks like a nice day. Looks like perfectly overcast. Looks like, I mean, has any of this weather kind of, you think, affected the bite as throughout the practice cycle and throughout getting started today?
Yeah, it's a little different. The bite's, I mean, the bite's, it's been there for the last 3 days. We've all been on fish. We're just all doing a little different techniques, and it's just coming at different times. But it rained a little bit earlier on me. I was on the different side of the lake, and I don't know if I caught just a little bit of the rain, but and the wind picked up a little bit, so it's definitely changing a little bit. The bite seems to be coming back, so we might have a pretty nice last half of the tournament here.
Man, that's awesome. And we got Allison Sparks down here. She's commenting, and we just posted it up over your picture. If you can see it, just says "fish, baby, fish."
Right.
So looks like you got the the epic cheering squad going on. So that's got to help. But yeah, man, that's
for sure. We've got a I coach little league baseball. We've got a tournament going on today. My son's playing, so they're probably watching before I try to get there for a late game tonight, but they're probably watching me go as they're getting ready to warm up to have their game. So it's pretty cool. It's going to be a good day.
nice. Always a good day. Well, good luck to you. We got you down here in the bottom. We're keeping an eye on you. We're wish you all the best, man. We'll be back.
Right on.
See who else is just joining in. Charles is just kicking back. We're going to see if his phone's working. Mr. Cruz, can you hear us?
Yeah, what's going on?
All right, we can hear him now. You were laid back earlier, kicking back like you're in a chase lounge. So we tried to bring you on, but it kind of just froze up with nothing but a big old hairy leg in the screen. But yeah, man, how's it going?
I'm about mad because I can't fish yet. Watch a fish blow up and not be able to fish really ain't fun.
But you just setting up on them.
Yeah, they're here.
There you go. All right, we'll keep setting up on them. We're gonna keep flipping around. Just wanted to pop in and say hi. Let's see who else is popping in. Oh man, Ken Wood's here. The man that is so popular that they named an entire car audio revolution around him. Mr. Ken Wood.
Right. What's going on?
How are you, Ken?
Can you hear me?
Barely. And I can barely hear you, and we got the Man,
How
the
about you
camera
hear me?
angles like the back. Yeah, there we go. Can hear you a little better there. Up, and whatever he did, he just pushed the button. Now, see, that's pretty cool. I mean, you could see like Ken with the camera over his head. He had the earbud thing going, and something. I don't know if he had like a lavalier mic or something like that, but that was cool. See, my man Ken's getting with the. He's trying to figure out some cool ways to broadcast here. So we'll come back and check in with him in just a little bit. Who else we got, man? I mean, dang, man, there's so much going on.
Yeah, I can't even see the backstage, so I bet that's filled
Oh,
up. It's
yeah, that's
just
I'm
being
trying
able
to keep
to,
an eye on people. Yeah,
being able to watch and see somebody yank back or see a camera fall.
hmm
Usually something going on.
yeah, that's always me is just knocking cameras over.
Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty good at that.
I'm just like kind of watching the show and trying to keep track of everything. It's pretty fun, and a lot of people out there in viewer land, we do this all of ourselves. It's kind of guerrilla TV, so we're learning a lot of this as we go, and we're super happy to have a lot of you along for the ride. The let's see, we got about 10 minutes until our next scoreboard check. Who's looking? Let's see how. Let's go back with Sam. Let's go back with Sam Jones and see what's going on up there. Sam, any luck, buddy?
I'm trying some new stuff. So I left what I was doing this morning, where I was getting bit, and trying some new stuff. So seeing if I can find some kickers. I'm really confident in the rest of the team and their ability to catch those fish, and so
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking a few more liberties or risk, if you will, and just trying to find a big bite.
Nice. I'm gonna add in while you guys are all chasing the same thing. Justin, Adam, you guys are up in here too. So let you guys kind of like we get all three of you guys up and going, and it's kind of fun to really watch and see what's going on with everybody. The so as we get into lunchtime hours, sun's a little higher even with the cloud cover. Like, what are you guys changing up to keep the day productive?
I'm on a great pool of fish right now. As long as I can keep the boats away from kicking everything up, I can do really well. But every once in a while, there's a boat or something that comes through and just rips up the grass. Makes it pretty tough to fish. And then I've just been sitting, waiting it out, letting it kind of settle down. And then once it settles down, I can normally get me a good couple bites. But I've been picking at this school for a couple hours now, and
Mm-hmm.
I've really put it to them. So I'm gonna stay here, keep fishing, keep trying. Hopefully, I can get them fired up again.
I think Sam just launched. I don't know. It looked like a 3-pound jig right past his head. Swing and a miss on that one. Swing and a miss. Well, awesome guys, man.
Yeah, but that's a sign I was looking for right there, though.
Yeah.
And there's a lot that goes into that, and just being in a kayak and trying to broadcast, you have to be part ninja, part audio tech guy. You're multitasking like crazy. You add a motor in there, especially if you're running GPS, and there's a lot to it. A lot of people don't realize.
Absolutely, man. It's constantly moving. Everything's in motion. Everything is a challenge, and everything is a beautiful day. And speaking of a beautiful day, I'm gonna add. Oh man, the ultimate of the beautiful days, Jigmaster.
What up, man?
What up, brother? How are you?
Man, I'm sick right now, bro.
You sick?
Not literally sick, but like, on the fish finder, I see exactly what I want.
Uh-huh.
I got fish schooling off to the left of me for the last 20 minutes. I got them chasing bait, and I'm sitting here waiting for lines in.
Oh, so you're ready. I mean, and we're just getting ready to take off, and you just that was one of the other guys a second ago was the same way. He's just sitting there. I think it was Charles. He's sitting there just watching and waiting. What do you guys have planned for today, man? I mean, like, what's the?
Well, I can tell you right now, man. I brought Charles to the spot I found in pre-fish because I was like, man, it's juicy. The fish are so stacked up in there. I was like, I might need help, man. Like, honestly, not help to catch them, but like, we got two people back here. We can fish it more efficiently and put more fish in the boat.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, man, I'm sitting on a point right at the mouth of the river.
Okay.
We got like 6 inches of rain a couple days ago.
Right.
And so the current's ripping through, man. I'm sitting on this point, and you got this mud line coming across this point, and you got the mud line on the left, and then you got like the cleaner water, because off to my right is a hydrilla.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they're just stacked in this little pocket on this point right here, and I'm just
nice.
They're like shaking and itching, waiting to make a cast, you know.
Awesome, man. Well, I am excited to see you guys take off here in just a few minutes. And we're gonna keep an eye on the screens, man. We're gonna keep an eye and just wait and see what you guys can pull off. Because I mean, I'm excited for you. I mean, it sounds like you've got it dialed in. You're in a good spot. Looks like a beautiful day. You got the hat on. I mean, like, you're ready,
dude. If all goes well, these fish want to cooperate. You're gonna see us pour really fast.
Nice. All right. Well, we're gonna be back with you here in a little bit. Good luck. Get that Zen on. Get that last little bit of hydration. You know, get the hands moisturized so that they don't get the bass thumb too bad. You don't want you. I know you're delicate fingers, so it's take good care of yourself. Hydrate, and yeah.
That's what the cocoa butter's for, baby. That's what the cocoa butter's for.
Look at look at your screen here. Matt has got his.
What's up, brother?
What up, man?
Hey, I gotta be like Mr. Brown, you know.
hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong.
Hey, it keeps the sun off the back.
Tell me about it, man. Tell me about it, man. I'm so itching right now, bro. Oh.
So I asked the other teams this morning, Robert. What was your team's night like? What did you guys do? Did you talk about the game plan? Did you offense, defense? You know what's a typical night before game day for you guys?
So we invited the War Chickens to the house for some homemade barbecue. They pretty much all of them chickened out. Will the Beast showed up, but we game planned before he showed up, man. We had it locked down. Me and Charles are on numbers, and I think we're going to catch numbers here. And when I say numbers, it's going to be 17, 18-inch fish we're catching. At least that's what I was catching in practice. And awesome. The other guys, Nate and Travis, are on big fish duty. And I know where they're at. It's funny because the War Chickens happened to show up to the same ramp as those guys this morning. I wonder how they found it. But last night got kind of crazy, man. We ate good. We had ribs. We had smoked chicken. We had tater salad, pasta salad, baked beans, and then we had a whole bunch of beer.
I need to come over to your place.
I know, man. Charles and Will put on a bender last night, man. They didn't even get in until like 4.
Man. That's why I'm glad to see you guys are making all the safe grown-up decisions on nights before competition. You know, making sure that you're making all the necessary preparations and meeting the high demand for athletic physical ability that it requires to show up on a Saturday and catch big dumb green fish.
Liquor before beer, you're in the clear.
Oh man, I love it. No, I'm excited to see you guys get going, dude. This is going to be awesome. It's going to be a great afternoon. Said we're going to get you guys back on here as soon as we start seeing some rods slinging. So get prepped. We're gonna jump over. We didn't get to get Derek Brundle last time. He was kind of stalled out. So let's see if we can get Derek Brundle back and see what he's up to.
All right, I'll check back in. Check back in with me, man. Start throwing them
Yeah,
up.
brother. We got you.
All right, later, bro. Later, guys.
Going on?
What's up, Derek? How are you, buddy?
Hanging in there.
All right, cool. Yeah, we got you back. The
How are y'all
no,
doing
just wanted to, what's up?
said, how are y'all doing today?
Oh, we're cool, calm, collected, slept in, had a cup of coffee, milled around the couch in my, milled around the house in my underwear. Didn't go anywhere. As a matter of fact, I'm probably not wearing pants right now. You'd never know.
Neither am I.
This is why we bring you up. We got to work on the phone orientation. So but yeah, I mean, how's things going? We picked up any more since we've last talked to you? You unlocking the puzzle?
Yeah, I mean, I've got some, and it's been a grind. It's been a grind, but I basically haven't left this spot all day.
Now, I have yet to figure out that kind of fishing that you guys do, to where you land on a spot and just sit on it all day long. That's to me, that is like the sign of like a Zen master super fisherman. Like you watch the boat guys, you watch these guys out there just sitting off a point, like watching Lee Livesey on Fork, or watching Wheeler, or watching any of these guys, are just Carl Jocumenson or Brandon Palaniuk, or like any of these guys that are just really one spot fishermen. It's like you see the rest of us in the world that are just beating the tar out of the banks or the reeds or whatever, just running around. But I mean, cool, calm, collected, sitting on the one spot, just dialed in. That's got to be kind of a relaxing way to fish.
It's rewarding when the fish start to bite. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I'm playing a little bit of defense because I've got the whole Pennsylvania team is right here next to me.
And they're just watching you, probably like you're the guy that they always double team in the backfield, right? Like it's they're gonna put two guys on you wherever you go. 4, all of them. So that's you heard it here from Derek Brundle. The Pennsylvania strategy is follow Derek Brundle.
I don't know if they're following me, but they're out right here. They're catching them.
Yeah, man. Very cool.
Yeah, basically, I'm just playing more defense than anything right now.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of my team's out on the main lake. We're kind of in a little back pond that connects to it.
Mm-hmm.
And those guys are just running their Panoptics, driving around looking for fish.
Right.
But
well, and I mean, yeah, and I mean, like playing defense. I mean, you guys are pretty close, man. I mean, you're within 3 3/4 inches of each other. I mean, is that a time for playing defense, or is that even being the legendary DB, is that time to kind of hit the gas and
I don't want them on the spot.
Spread them out a little bit? Yeah. And then seeing that makes perfect sense, and that's that strategy. So I mean, you got guys in the main lake working. You've probably got guys watching exactly what you're doing, watching your every move. So that's it's kind of like I said, everything that we bump into is really kind of a cool aspect of the Kayak Fishing League. It's a totally different thing. It's a totally different model of fishing competition. So like literally. Just got your foot on the bag and standing there.
That's it, man. I mean,
that's
like
awesome.
I said, I'm just basically covering this rock pile and fishing.
Nice. Well, speaking of movers, shakers, guys that are out and about, I want to check in with real quick, and we'll come back to DB. Stay there. I'm gonna keep an eye on it because I know you're going to start pulling fish off that thing soon. I want to check back in with Katucci. We haven't talked to him in a minute. The man with the tights, men in tights.
Oh, is that how I'm gonna be known now?
That's it, men in tights. You're the oh, look at that.
Got one. That's gonna help.
Boom. In the boat. In the boat.
On, baby.
There we go. See that? I bring you luck.
I think
there
I
we go.
One too before I caught him because I had one blow up on me. I swung and missed, and I made a few more casts back. I mean, he might upgrade. I'm gonna have to measure him. I don't know. 14.5 is our smallest.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna be pretty close. Let me do that now.
Yeah, if you got a sec, do that and kind of talk the listeners through what you're doing. Like, show them your board. Like,
okay, so yeah, this is my catch board. I got my tourney tag with the KFL identifier with the ply identifier code. And what I do when I'm measuring the fish, I always like kind of let it freak out a little bit in the net next to the kayak, and then it builds some lactic acid in the muscles and makes taking pictures easier. I don't know if he's gonna help, honestly. I got a little excited. It was so funny. You like brought me on. I hooked him instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a 14.5, so he's about the size of our smallest.
So right there. So
jeez.
For like everybody watching, like I said, he just measured that fish on the board, so he's got to lay it with the the right side of the fish down on the board, the left side facing up. The mouth has to be closed. His hand has to be positioned a certain way. You'll see a lot of the guys. I know I position the net in a spot to where it'll catch them when they undoubtedly launch off the board.
Yeah.
And we measure everything. Like we literally.
I don't like to like kind of rely on the net to catch the fish because I don't know. I just leave the net in the front of the kayak. That's kind of what I do. Everyone's got their own.
Everybody's got their thing. Yeah, it's. I've got a video I know up on my ends of Lake Hartwell, like absolutely saving a fish. Like he launches right into the net at like 100 miles an hour.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, it's fast, and there's not a lot of room in these boats to work with. You can see that he's moving the board in and out just right between his legs and trying to maneuver a picture of that thing. It can get a little crowded. It can get a little small. You can see his rods getting up in the trees.
Oh yeah, power poles.
Power poles up in the trees. Yeah, I mean it's just the power pole can take it. Like Jamie Broad of the Louisiana Hurricanes and I were fishing Rayburn, and just to talk about the strength and power of a power pole micro on a kayak. And we were fishing the same spot and we were staying together. And he flipped around. We had both of the boats on his trailer, and we pulled it up out of the water. And he flipped it up around this tree and pulled forward and right into a power line. And my power pole hooked on the power line like a bow and arrow and like shot like 20 feet straight up in the air.
Oh God.
Came down and landed. And man, it was yeah, these things are they can be pretty tough. It's hilarious, but that was awesome, man. Thank you so much for kind of doing the ride along there with everybody. And that's kind of some of the things that I want to do with people is when we got a sec, hey, that fish that kind of looked like that one might count, it might not. We got a little time. It's definitely not a monster that we really got to be careful with.
No.
But I want people to see what you guys go through out here, that it's not just, we're not just scooping up fish and throwing them in a live well and, putting cullen tags on them and just going, oh, we're going to keep this one. We're going to keep that one. It's a process every single time we hook one. And in turn, that is, it's a very accurate way to compete. It's very good for the fish. It's very, very healthy for the fish. It's not too invasive.
Definitely.
And yeah, it's just an all around very cool, efficient way to do it. But Chris, thanks so much, man. I appreciate that. That could not have worked out more perfectly. But it's just past 11 my time here in Texas, so I'm going to take a quick sec. We're going to
for an update.
We're going to throw up for our some sponsors messages and the yeah, then we'll go on the board when we come back. So we'll see you guys in a minute.
Glad you got me with that fish.
The roots of history run deep through Stafford, Virginia. We've raised leaders, featured artists, and honored those heroes among us. We've learned from the battles fought, and we look to the future with hope. We take this time to focus on what makes us exceptional, while constantly remembering where we came from. We're always open to fresh ideas and innovation, and savor all of the flavor at our fingertips. We find inspiration in our craftsmanship, and there's always a hidden gem around every corner. Find yours. Rediscover Stafford.
What is up, everybody? We are back, and I want to take you through right now our week 3 standings on Fishing Chaos. They just got to see some cool action with Chris Catucci, and we are going to take you through the leaderboards and get right back to it. We've just got a couple matches that are just kicking off, but right now we are looking at West Virginia versus Indianapolis, 169 3/4 to 158 1/4. So some of these are actually pretty tight races, and I'm glad to see it. And I mean, we kind of all forecasted them to be close, but this is like really living up to it. Pennsylvania Brownbacks, Massachusetts Maulers, 180 to 176. Carolina Casters, Florida Copperheads, 98-30. Bandits and Hurricanes. Bandits getting some fish on the board, man. That's 134 to 36. That is definitely kind of an upset. We talked with Dwayne Taft a little while ago, and man, they are scrambling to get some fish on the boards out there. Arkansas Hogs, Southeast Texas Rough Riders, 75 1/4 to 36. Bay State Attack in Rhode Island, 164 3/4 to 65 1/2. And we know that Bay State is out there sitting off of DB's spot, waiting for that as he guards it. The Washington Warhawks, Norfolk Privateers. We just spoke to a couple of the privateers as they're getting ready to hit the water. We're going to see some stuff coming up from them here real soon. Alabama Hammers at 49 1/2 against the Tar Heel Lunkers. Overall, we're just going to flip you through that. Top 3, Sam Murray with 115. What a great day. Andy Schaefer, 113. I mean, you got to go, man, what's life like when you get a 115 and you get bumped out of, first place, or you're 113 and you get beat by a guy? It's like you got 113, you're kind of feeling like you're invincible. But yeah, not in this league. You've always got people that are coming for you. 108 1/2 for Nick Audi, which is an exceptional score. And then, fourth place back down, starting at 90 1/4, which is, way more of an average score for people. Some really high numbers in this one, man. This is people are catching some fish, some big ones out there,
Yeah. And just like we did before the break, I mean, people are losing fish too. Derek lost one off the board this morning. Perfect example of what you just showed. Derek had a nice, looked like about an 18-incher pop up off the board.
Oh, and here joining us live is Greg Nosar himself. What's up, boss man? How are you? Greg, you hear us? He might just be kind of loud. There he goes. Now we can kind of hear you. There you are.
What's up, Greg?
Yeah. What's going on, fellas?
Oh man, some great stuff. We just caught one live with Chris Catucci and did the whole walkthrough on the board with him. That was pretty cool, man. As soon as we went to full blown camera, and he's just snatching fish, live on the air, being the he's trying to be a TV star, I think.
He is the man, dude. He is the man.
Yeah. How are you doing out there? You ready to get going?
We had some troubles with the teammate, man. Dustin Arms is having mechanical issues all morning. We tried to get him straightened out, but it's kind of like racing, man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We tried to get him straightened out, but he's back in the garage right now.
Yeah, exactly. You guys had to push him off of pit row.
Yeah.
The mechanical aspect, definitely an angle of it. Like I tell people all the time, these aren't just little plastic boats. With paddles, there's a lot of moving parts to them. There are fully functional electronics in here with them. There are drive systems, there are motor systems. There's intricate electrical systems. There's a lot to them. So hopefully, I mean, you guys now have a man down, or do you guys have an alternate that you could put in last minute, or?
Down, so to speak, right now, but he's trying to get it repaired and then get back on the water, man. But it's a long day, man. We just launched, so I can tell you one thing. It is hot out here right now, man. It is hot. Anybody got any wind they can give us?
I was just literally going to comment that it looks pretty stale right there, right where you're at. I mean, I can just hear the cicadas and feel the hot, wet blanket. That would be the air right there.
Right now, you guys would not like it at all. It is.
I mean, that just looks like home weather to me. That's what we fish, all the time here. And you're looking like you're in East Texas right now. Oh, hang on, let me bring Justin Lacasse up here. Lacasse, what's up, buddy?
Look at that. We doing, Lance?
Look at that toad.
Yeah.
Guess what I use, man?
Nice.
It's been a struggle for me. Only 3 bites all day. That's the 4th bite. So.
Well, that is that's a good 4th bite. So.
Yeah, I think that just culled us up another 4 1/4 inches.
Yeah. Yeah, that should really kind of help kick you up there. I mean, and that's going to bring you up that should definitely land you well in the top 10 on the individual standings as well.
I should probably do the proper athlete thing on TV, right? And say, "Hi, Mom."
Exactly. Love it.
This one's for you, Mom.
Man, yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's fantastic, man.
Slackline the spinnerbait, man. Slackline the spinnerbait.
Oh, that's one of the all-time classic favorite bites. Is that slamming a spinnerbait? That's just did you get some good wind kick up?
What's that?
Did you have some wind kick up?
Yeah, out on the main lake.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said earlier, I was moving, and I moved out to the main lake part, and there's some good wind, and we got some current, and then off to the side here, she was just hanging out outside that current. I ran that spinnerbait down the bank, and she slacklined it.
Awesome. Well, we'll let you get it measured, buddy, and we'll come back to you here in just a little bit. Congratulations. Thanks, that's a great fish. Man, all right. It happens that quick. We got another one down here on the bottom. Mr. Marconi's putting one on the board.
Doesn't help.
Not going to help him. That's not going to pull. That's all right. That's all right. Hey, fish is fishing, so that's fantastic, man.
That's slowed down quite a bit.
That's good signs. We like to see that happening. We like to see those lines start getting tight, man.
Yeah.
This is theoretically right around the time when they should start picking up that second wind bite for the day. So hopefully we're starting to see some.
Yeah, I mean, it's been dead calm here, and the wind just turned on. I don't know if you can hear it. And I mean, not 10 minutes after the wind turns on, there's another bite, So maybe the afternoon will kind of light up a little bit.
It's funny how things like that work out. All the things that you hear about, when fish should be biting, it's because that's when they bite.
Yeah. I mean, they're wild animals. Sometimes there's no rhyme or reason, but those rules are there for reasons. It's just kind of more often than not, they do sort of work out. So,
right.
we'll see what we can do. We need a big one.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Sure. This is too close. So
Well,
there's
that's
some big
awesome.
ones right here. So we'll see what's up.
All right, we're keeping an eye on you. We'll bring you right back. All right. Boss man Greg, sorry about that. We had a couple of fish jump on, people out there catching fish. So,
Supposed to be. That's good stuff.
Yeah, it's picking up, man. So running a man down. You got a guy in the pits. You got a guy getting worked on. Are you guys just going to come straight out and just power it? I mean, what I know we were talking to some of your competitors a little bit ago, and they're like lined up, on a spot, I guess. I mean,
they've got position right now, so I had
yeah.
to kind of bail my plan out of where I wanted to go. I sent Bobby over there, and he's taking care of an area that has current. So I'm kind of now I've got to kind of power fish really 2 spots, and so it's changing my strategy. Honest to God, it's changing my strategy now because I wanted to really flip cover and kind of slow things down, but now I got to cover water, and so now I'm just straight up power fishing, man. I mean, just trying to get a bite somehow, trying to figure out this puzzle. It's been hard the last 2 days pre-fishing, but I'm just going to now change. I got to change. It is what it is, man. You're running a man down so far. I got to cover water, so there's just no way around it, man. So it is what it is, guys. It's all about adjustments and overcoming adversity, and that's what we're going to do, man.
Well, and you mentioned covering water. I know you got the new rig, and I can see that fancy remote control hanging around your neck. So, how are you enjoying being welcomed into the world that so many of us love, which is GPS controlled trolling motor world?
Fishing, not doing this. It's just simply awesome, man. I can't say enough about it. The Old Town Autopilot 120 has been absolutely spectacular. I'm not sponsored by them by any means, man, but I'll tell you one thing. You just don't know unless you know what I mean? And I've been a Hobie guy for a long time. And, the drives work, great when they work. And, when you're free fishing and the versatility of it, it's a tank. It can take on a lot of big water. I'm just super impressed with it, man. I just can't tell you enough about it. It's awesome, man. An awesome machine for sure.
Well, and it's things that I was talking about earlier with people, and we're really trying to introduce the world to what professional level kayak fishing is. And I mean, we're talking about guys that these are thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars invested into these boats. We've got a lot of the same technology. I mean, like I know that my Jackson's loaded with I've got an NMEA network on mine. It's like you got devices that can talk to each other, integrated trolling motors with graphs, autopilots. Yours is. The Minn Kota powers the Old Town, right?
Old Town. What I love about it is you can set this thing on a north front feature. Like your remote has a north feature, and it's really a straight line type feature to where you can just set it set it whatever speed you want, kind of follow the bank line, and and just cruise as ease, man. It's just so cool, man. Really.
And you flip around and hit a button and it'll repeat that track. It's like the technology is incredible, and it really just aids you to be free to fish a lot more.
It is incredible, man. I mean, it turns on the dime. It's free fishing, man. It really is. So, I mean, I was against it, man. I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of one of those old school dogs. I'm kind of one of those guys that, thinks that kayak fishing should, separate itself from a motor or power, or alternative energy source other than human body. I was one of those kind of purists. And until I got this, I'm like, the heck with that, man. What I mean? Stop being so old school, get with the technology and just enjoy it, man.
Yeah, I was kind of the same way until I was flipping reeds on the banks of Eagle Mountain Lake in a tournament, like 20+ mile an hour winds and like 2-foot rollers, and I was just like standing on the bow of my boat, like just flipping reeds just casually. It's like, all right, yeah, I'm totally for the motors.
Hey, by the
Yeah.
way, while we're on air, man, I just want to thank Ray's Eyewears and Tor Stafford for their
Yes.
support of the KFL. Really, really thank you guys for doing this. It wouldn't be possible for that support. All the teams, guys. I mean, putting together a team and getting teammates and trying to herd cats, that these owners do each and every week. It's not easy, guys. And man, I tell you what, it's been a pleasure to work with these guys and put this thing together, and just it's so enjoyable, man.
Yeah.
Really, there's nothing like it, man. There's nothing like putting your jersey on and just going out and competing, man. It's so cool.
It is, and it's really cool from this side of the lens to watch it all take place and watch the sponsors work through and just invest enough into what professional kayak fishing is becoming. And thank you and the crew for putting on, for making this happen. It's those of you who don't know, Greg is the OG boss man. He's the guy that put it all together.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be possible for guys like you and Matt, sacrificing your day, to kind of bring this action and kind of make it, come alive, man. I mean, it's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like describing a painting, man. It's just. Well, give me some scores, man. We had a real good deal with West Virginia and Indianapolis. I mean, look, we're going into the last hour, right?
Yeah, that one's coming right down to the wire. West Virginia, Indianapolis. Here, I'll just bring up the screen. Let everybody look at it while I go through it. And we're starting to get at least kind of somewhat efficient with navigating this stuff for a bunch of dumb old fishermen. So, right now we got West Virginia and Indianapolis, 169.75 versus 158.25. So, I mean, they're making some moves there. We're getting closer with the Massachusetts Maulers, Pennsylvania Brownbacks, 180.25 to 177.5. Like we were saying earlier, DB's out there holding the defense, keeping them off of a point, while the other guys are just absolutely tearing up the line, trying to catch up with Massachusetts. The Copperheads and Carolina Casters, 98 to 30. Bandits of the Hurricanes, still no moving there. 36 inches from the Hurricanes. That is, I gotta say that I'm going to open this up and look it up.
Baffled by that.
Yeah, James Louvieri. I mean, he's coming out with a louvieri day. I mean, he's just stacking fish. I mean, this is a 2-man game. I mean, this is James Louvieri versus Dwayne Taff, which is it's kind of tough right there, man. That's a wild matchup,
I'm sorry, what was the score? I didn't hear it.
That one is 134 to 36. By Lone Star is leading.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. The Hogs and the Rough Riders, we got the Rough Riders 75.25 versus 36. Bay State, Rhode Island. Rhode Island is ahead 169 to 65. Warhawks and Privateers, man, they've got a Privateers have got a 14.25 on and Jigmaster himself has a fat 14, and I'm gonna share the screen on that one because that's a good looking fish. This is
Robert's last night, man, because Robert had a spread.
Yeah. Well, he keeps telling me he can cook, man. Look at this. That's a 14.25 inch fish. A little fatty.
That's one healthy looking fish,
right? That is a fat 14-inch fish, man. So I guess Robert brought some barbecue, and he's actually feeding the bass in this spot. Yeah,
Southland Pork Company is out of Virginia, y'all. So they do feed up in here.
There we go. Speaking of feeding, speaking of the meat, speaking of the beasts, we got Will down here. I'm gonna invite Will to come in and say what's up to us.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's see. There we are. What's up, Mr. Brewer?
What's up, buddy?
How are you?
Will? Doing good.
So, how are you feeling about the shotgun start here?
Hey, it's hot out here.
Yeah.
It's only gonna get hotter, but
Mm-hmm.
that's okay. You know, sun's out. I kind of got a game plan. Uh, we'll see how it rolls, man. I'll have to compete against probably Robert himself over here on the same types of water. I think we might have hit the same launch.
Okay. So you're kind of going more towards some of the flowing areas of the lake, like getting up towards like the creek backs.
Starting to make my way back there a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but really, it's just trying to find those shaded spots, man. That's what I'm looking for right now.
Right.
Uh, just kind of hit those real quick, and then I might try to find me a little bit of a deep pattern off of some of these. Well, I won't say too much.
Yeah, we are just getting going, and I guarantee that there are. I mean, I know I would be if I was involved with any of these teams. I'd be collecting intel. I'd be like,
I
"What's he got
mean,
on his rods back there?"
they're no slouch.
Well, I've been taking through, and I want to take I want to pick your brain here a second, just because something popped in my head, and one thing that I've been trying to do is teach viewers about kayak fishing. And what they see on you guys. Now, you've got a camera mounted to your PFD. You've got a ton of rods sticking up there behind you.
Yep.
Take take just like a quick minute, like give us the Cliff Notes version of how your gear is set up and why.
All right,
Like
so
from your PFD to your
yeah, so I roll the big brother of the Old Town, the 136, with the Minn Kota. I typically carry about 9 rods. I got 2 of the big crates, the longer rectangle crates, not the square ones. And one of those crates is just it carries 6 of those Plano speed bags, the 40 count bags. It carries 6 of those, and then I have
Man after my heart.
8 Plano boxes back here. I run a Helix 10 off the side of my kayak right here. I mean, dude, once you kind of figure out the space, because there's no under the seat storage for this kayak, you can actually fit a lot of gear.
right, because you guys have the like battery boxes under the seat, right, with the Old Towns.
Yep, we got battery boxes under there. As far as the PFD, I run the Old Towns. I think it's the lure angler version of it. I like it, man. It kind of reminds me of a plate carrier. I've said that before.
That's what I thought when I first looked at it. I was like, my man's carrying sappy plates up here. Yeah,
Absolutely. I'm comfortable with that, so it feels good. Right now, I just have the external battery source running off of a GoPro Hero 9, off of a chest rig. This is kind of something new for me. I typically don't have a chest rig. I use YOLO Tech. I have a power stick that runs up in the back, and I also run a Hero 9 off of that to kind of catch some of those shots. I broke my mount that held it a couple trips ago, so I don't have it up there today. Let's see.
That's my problem with those mounts is I break them like all the time.
Yeah.
So somebody please make a camera mount that won't break.
Well, the mount itself is perfect. It was I had a 3D printed version where it kind of had like little T-slots, and that broke.
See, I always break the little like 90-degree pivot angle spots on like the like where the little spring-loaded screw locks are. Like I always break those things. But then I'm dumb and I get back in the trees like a caveman and like, start flailing around and pitching brush. But man, awesome. Thank you so much for the walkthrough. I appreciate it. And
yeah, buddy.
We're going to the fellow Old Town BC with Greg. I mean, these like I said, these kayaks are phenomenal machines. The way that they're stacked up, man, very cool.
Just about, I think, almost just about everyone on our team now has the Old Towns. I think Dustin is probably one of the only other ones. We have Mike Hogan. He runs a different kayak, so but we're almost there.
You guys are working on that team sponsorship.
That's right.
Yeah, if anybody from Old Town's listening, make sure and hit up these guys to outfit their team next year. And I honestly think that the way that this league's going, we're going to see some stuff like that next season. We're going to see some big sponsors, some boat sponsors, some great tackling gear sponsors coming out of the woodworks. I know from a business point of view, I think that they'd be foolish not to. So I think we're gonna see that grow as we grow. Thanks so much for taking the time to walk us through your gear, man. That is really cool. If you guys have any questions, I know we got a bunch of people in the chat room right now. So anybody has any questions for these guys, man, hit it up on Facebook. That is the best place to communicate through chats with us. We've got another 30 minutes or so here, and we're gonna see if we can get some more on-air catches. Matt, I mean, how are you feeling, man? What are you thinking as far as the way that this day is turning out? I think you're muted, buddy. Yeah. Push your button. You're muted.
There
you go.
So I was saying that, from the closeness of a couple of these scores, these matchups can go down to the last 5 minutes easy.
Mm-hmm.
People are not far off. The North is showing out. They're putting up numbers. I knew Indy would do well on their home lake. It's kind of like how it went when we had them over. We were both real close, and we lucked out and came away with the win. But, just some great fish being brought on board. What's our biggest today? 21?
I want to say it's 21. I think there's a couple of 21s. I think we got one up north, and I think Dwayne Taff put up a 21 down in Louisiana.
Nice.
Which is definitely not a shocker.
Not at all.
That guy produced big fish.
And you were talking about technology. Will Brewer brought up a great point. We went from duct tape and zip ties, which I'm sure there's a couple of us still using them, to going to 3D printed parts, because there's nothing out there that can do what we want.
Right.
And people like Yak Attack and Yak Gear, they need to start taking notice of some of the stuff that we're doing. And it'll get out there, and I'm sure it does. So
I'm just flipping through a little. Sorry to interrupt, but Rolando Nandlin had 22.
Nice.
Yeah, that's an absolute. Let's see if we can get a picture of it. But yeah, the thing is, like, man, we're as tournament anglers, and I think a lot of these companies are still building stuff aimed at just recreational fishermen. I'm sure, but the market is so taking off for tournament fishing that I think we're going to see some leaps and bounds in gear, in like static gear, like mounts and they'll start, because I mean we start filing like warranty claims and stuff like that for all the stuff that we break. They're going to see it, it's like
yeah, that goes without saying. I mean, the tech will catch up. It always does. And usually when it starts catching up, it actually starts far exceeding what we got going on. So I'm looking forward to that boom within our sector,
Yeah, for sure. And here's that 22-inch beastie from Rolando Nandlin. What a pretty fish, man.
Yeah.
That's like a picture perfect 22,
It's got a gorgeous body.
Yeah, and the real funny thing is, you see a lot of fish on boards, and it looks way different than the guys holding them up on the camera. That you'll see a 22-inch fish is a beastie, man. That is that's a good fish. I mean, that fish there is probably a solid. I bet it's probably 5 pounds, 5.5.
Oh yeah,
that's a pushing 6. So these are big fish. These are the kind of fish that big bags are made of in professional fishing. So these kayak guys, we'll get back here and really kind of hammer them. It's pretty cool, and it's awesome to see it live here. Let's see, we've got I'm going to bring in Mike Elric, because we haven't got to talk to him yet. How you doing, Mike?
Hey, Mike, I haven't seen you since this morning.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
Yeah, so I mean, you guys are kind of creeping, man. Like, looked like we're having some movement there. And then, I mean, where are you guys at on the attack? I mean, it's uh,
Yeah, this is like it's like a small river system, and
yeah.
we knew it was pretty temperamental coming in here, and
Mm-hmm.
and the water was super high, so we were all up in the brush,
Right.
and it wasn't really happening. And then about about 10:30, I ran into Adam, and I had just come down this way, and he noticed that it had dropped like 2 or 3 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So we're back out on a flat. We're just trying to. He just went up a river, but a couple of us are trying to fish over a bunch of like 5 foot weed beds, trying to
Mm-hmm.
pick some fish up. I got one on a swim jig and a couple shorts, so we figured we'd give it a bid right here because it's the fish seem to be falling back now. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever, if they're here, we'll see. But they did some damage on us this morning. They look like they. I think it's Justin's home lake, so
Mm-hmm.
I think he did pretty well today. So
Yeah, he's had a pretty good day. I mean, they have as an entire unit, they seem to have had a really good day today. Just kind of dialed in the plan. I mean, do you think that's kind of like a luck of the draw deal, or do you guys feel like you didn't execute? I mean, was everybody fishing cleanly for what they were getting, or was it just kind of a shortage of bites today?
well, I ran into Kevin Amaral, and he usually gets a lot of bites. He's a Rhode Island guy, and
Mm-hmm.
he hadn't even got a whack, and I was in that boat too before 10:30, and then Jack and Adam had been getting some bites. They came down this far. I mean, it's you know the conditions up here are just. I mean, I know this place is a little bit temperamental, but with the rain that we had, um, you know, it went up like 3 feet. There's docks completely underwater from all the storms, but we rolled the dice and went up underneath the brush, and I don't think I don't think the plan didn't work. So
Well, like Matt was saying just a little bit ago, this is one of those type of sports that could really surprise you there at the end. So, I mean, you guys keep grinding, keep after it. Uh, Cover that water, man. That's it. Just keep casting.
yeah, yeah, you know what? It looks really nice here. In the as a flat. I mean, there's nothing but like lily pad fields underwater, and so I'm just ripping jigs through it, chatterbaits and whatnot, just trying to see
Mm-hmm.
provoke something. They're just not coming fast enough. So,
Right.
but we're trying. That's for sure. Adam disappeared, so I see him now. He must have went up that river, and then Jack's over in that cove. But
Mm-hmm.
we'll see. I know Kevin's hammering. I think he's up by the dam. So we'll see.
Well, I have I had the opportunity to fish a national tournament with Adam, so I can tell you that if things get tough,
Yeah,
follow that guy.
yeah.
Like definitely follow that guy. He's
He's a
a
great
he's a
team.
heck of an angler.
You know, you gotta work as a team, and you gotta
Yeah.
kind of feed off of each other and figure things out together. Um, and that's kind of what when I run into him, I certainly will bounce stuff off him because
Yeah.
good guy.
Well, you guys got a great team all around. It's been awesome to watch you guys fish, and man, keep after it. We've got you down here. We're going to keep an eye out on you. Anything comes up, just give us a shout. Let us know. But we're going to keep cruising around. The man, it's kind of a tough day for Bay State, but I mean, still plugging along. I mean, still staying happy, still staying focused. I mean, they're still in it. Nobody is ever out of it in this game, and that was a really good point that you made. I mean, like we watched like week 2 when Katucci comes back like in the last was it like 5-10 minutes, and just absolutely just destroyed it. It can all come down to one guy getting on a pocket at the last minute.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened with us last game. Jeff Fader came in clutch in the last 5-10 minutes with 18, and that shot us up past Indy. I mean, it was that close. one upgrade.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and that's just keep chasing upgrade to upgrade, man. And that's I gotta think that right now we're pushing the 1 o'clock hour out there on the eastern seaboard. We're gonna hit that late bite. It's got to be coming. And I'm sitting there looking at Greg, and I'm like, please pull something out of there. That's not a leaf. That's a good one, boss. Good one. That's I'm gonna mount that one in the office over your desk.
I guess you guys know my strategy, right?
Just clear out them pads so you can get to them fish.
I guess you guys know my strategy now, man.
Just got to keep grinding, buddy.
That's all we plan on doing, bud.
Looks like you might have some cloud cover rolling in, or is that rolling out?
So, again, we just need a little bit of breeze, a little bit of cloud cover. I think the thing's going to change, but it changes for the Norfolk privateers too. So,
oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But this is such a great format, and it's the anglers just deserve a huge shout out for being able to do what we do. This is the first season, and a lot of people are doing this just because they believe in it, and just the fact that we have this many people assembled throughout the league, this many high caliber people across the league, that's huge, man. That's gonna make this a success.
for a bunch of money, they're not doing it for a bunch of fame. They're doing it because they love it, and whatever happens with it is what happens with it, man. But again, every sport has its foundation. The people who brought it there, and I believe these guys are the right guys to bring it to where it could go. You know what I mean? So we'll see.
Man, I
I'm
really
proud of
agree.
them, man. I really am.
It's been awesome to watch the quick trajectory growth of it. Just watch it kind of just bust right out of the gate, and it's going to keep growing. It's going to keep. I think Justin's just swinging on one. Looked like a swing and a miss. But I mean, yeah, it's these are guys that are out there that investing tons of time and money and energy and brain power and frustration and stress into trying to make this work, into trying to make like the live broadcast of kayak fishing work, and doing it in a really cool team format. We're going to see some magical stuff coming up in the next year.
I mean, it's to me. I love bass boat fishing. I love watching it. I'm addicted to it. I've been addicted to it since I was a kid. But I'll tell you, man, there's not, without a shadow of a doubt, the characters that are in kayak bass fishing. I mean, come on. I take these guys over anybody over in the bass boat world, man.
It is pretty wild. Yeah, there are definitely some characters.
Like this grassroots feeling about kayak bass fishing. It's they're and a lot of fun. Oh my God, what makes it fun, man. That's what makes it fun. So
absolutely, man. Well, that's let's
when I catch a freaking 6-pounder on a frog.
What was that? Sorry, Walsh, you broke up.
I think he's still clearing lily pads.
I know, right? It's like retying.
I said, Robert Brown, don't be crying when I catch a 6-pounder on a popping frog.
Now that's if you pull a 6-pounder on a popping frog, like I'm gonna cry because I want to be catching 6-pounders on popping frogs right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll pan over and let you see what I'm fishing right now because it is, first of all,
Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's the spot.
Like 1 o'clock, right? You know, they're underneath cover. You know.
Oh yeah,
underneath
it's
cover.
time.
And here, let me pan over and let you see what.
Oh baby, yes. See, now that is just that's beautiful.
Yeah,
It's
it's that time, fellas. Yeah, it's that time, fellas.
You know, like that is just when you were battling back into there. That's what I was saying earlier. It was like, man, just get into watch the area that you're moving into and where you're getting into is like exactly the kind of spot that I'd be headed to right now. If it was 1 o'clock in the afternoon and it was hot and a little bit still. I mean, what better place to find shade and bait fish? You know, like in the same spot as than where you are right now. Many dreams have been made in tournament one on a lily pad field like that. You know, like that just that's perfect.
Have you had any updates, Greg, as far as your broke down teammate?
Yet, he looked like he was still at the ramp last time I saw.
And we just got you on we've got you on solo screen right now and just waiting to see that burst of water. So this is and this
Bouncing
reminds me of
around.
like what was it like Lee Livesey at was it Gunnersville a couple years ago? Like just bussing frogs, you know, like just back to back to back to back, and it looked exactly like that. Beautiful, man. That is the spot, and I know that it is coming. So let's see. Who haven't we checked in a bit? If some of you guys are out there on the water, make sure and jump in here real quick while we've got a few minutes left. We're waiting for Greg to show us how to frog fish here. This beautiful lily pad field. Now, what kind of water depth are you in?
2 or 3 feet right now, man. It's real shallow here, but this lake is so. I'm not looking for more water depth as much as I am for water clarity at this point, because the water clarity is so bad. But dude, in chocolate milk like this, you could catch them in 6 inches of water, man. They're just gonna be tucked under or on structure, man. So again, I'm just more worried about clarity and just get something that they can tuck under or around or behind, because it's just all right to do.
It's like the anticipation of this. It's like it's mesmerizing. Like I feel like I'm just watching with everybody at home, So it's kind of like man, too cool. All right, now while you guys are watching the boss man fish frogs, I'm going to go back here and I'm going to refresh the leaderboard here, and let's see what we've got with about 10 minutes left in the afternoon. All right. So right now our scores are sitting out: West Virginia Appalachian Anglers versus the Indianapolis Knights. West Virginia tightened it up even a little bit more, man. It's 169 3/4 to 161 3/4.
Wow.
Indy in the lead.
We lost Greg there.
Okay, we've narrowed that. There, I'll just go into a screen share here.
There we go.
And I'm just going to go ahead and bring up the scoreboard so everybody can see it. Because that is, I mean, like I said, we've got that's down to 8 inches, man. That's phenomenal. So yeah, there you go. Indy, West Virginia, 169 3/4 to 161 3/4. Bronze backs and the maulers. Tight, man. It's right there. 180 1/4, 177.5. Carolina Casters at Copperheads, 98 30. Haven't seen anything out of those guys. Louisiana Hurricanes still haven't been able to get another fish on the board. So Lone Stars, 148 inches to 36. That's a huge upset to me, man. That's like that's one that I was really thinking was going to go the other way. But that Bandits team is phenomenal. I mean, that may be one that you're going to see going all the way this year. The Hogs and the Rough Riders, 75 to 36. Bay State, I just they're slugging, man. They're grinding. I know you've got those guys up there digging around those edges right now, trying to find those fish. But 169 to 80 and a quarter. Just kicking it off, Washington Warhawks and Norfolk Privateers. Robert Brown with an early on football of a 14 and a quarter inch. Beautiful bass. And then the Alabama Hammers are up over Tar Heels at 49 and a half. Overall scoreboard, top three: Andy Schaefer, Samuel Murray, Nick Audi.
Schaefer putting on a clinic today.
Yeah, just absolutely, just really showing it off. Well, I mean, what a cool leaderboard, man. That is, they're grinding it. We got, like I said, guys, we got a few more minutes. If you want to jump on. Stephen Bell's down there smiling at the camera. Stephen thought he was a little better this time. What's up, Stephen? How are you, buddy?
Pretty good.
Been having any more luck?
I lost a big one after my phone overheated.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And that was the only bite I had after that. It was not probably about 5 or 6 pounders.
Those hurt, man. Those definitely sting when you lose those guys. The man, it was nice to get to see that one earlier. That was a good fish. So how are you switching it up right now where you're at? Like, what's your plan for the remaining time?
Well, pretty much, I believe our time's about over.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you've still got enough time to snatch one and get it on a board.
Yeah, I do. I'm actually going back to the spot where I missed the 6 pounder, and maybe there's another one laying there.
Yeah. And I mean, that's I got to say that's probably exactly what I'd be doing right now is I wouldn't have gotten far from that spot, and I'd be thinking of ways to really aggravate that big mama.
Yep.
Well, cool. Well, we're gonna keep shuttling through. We're gonna come back to you. We're gonna keep an eye on you down here. So don't turn off your phone unless it gets too hot or whatever. We want to.
All right.
Go catch Big Mama.
Yeah. Mr. Lessman, how you doing down there? I haven't talked to you in a little while.
I'm doing pretty good. I just need to hold on to a fish.
Yeah, well, they kind of biting wimpy on you.
Yeah, well, I had it was a good fish. I was doing some punching, and he took my worm and took off with it, and right at the boat. So I was like, putting my rod down, trying to chase him, and took the hook. And it wasn't a great hook set. It was about an 18-incher, so that kind of hurt. But after that, it's just been slow. I'm just trying to find them. It's just being very special today.
Yeah, they will definitely do it. Well, all right, man. We'll keep grinding. We're keeping, like I said, we're keeping an eye on you guys. Wanted to flip through and say hi one last time before we got off of here. But best of luck in the remaining time. And let's check back in with Sam. Sam's up here, looks like making some moves, switching some rods.
What's going on?
I think, buddy, how you doing?
Oh, we're doing. It's getting down to the wire, and they're still putting up fish, so we're not going to give up yet. We're going to keep fighting for it. We got the lead now, but that could change in a hurry. So
right. Well, it's the old sporting adage is that here's your chance to be a hero on national TV. Well, here's your chance to be a hero on national TV.
There you go. Well, our hero today was Adam Murray. I mean, absolutely just crushed him today. And his first game playing this season, he works hard, and it was awesome to see him get on those fish. So nice. He's definitely our MVP of the game, no matter what happens here today.
Well, there we go. We'll keep at it. We're keeping eyes on you guys and keep grinding for the last few minutes.
Yeah, just got to pull.
There you go. Throw back on him
right
again.
back.
Yeah, throw it right. Just drop it right on his head.
Throw it right back. That was a big bump too.
This is like the moment you waiting.
Come on, baby.
Come on, baby.
Tell you
I
what,
love that.
it's so hard. Boat position's been key to getting bites, and it's so hard to get good boat position because the wind has just been rolling all day.
That's yeah, and that's one of the challenges. I mean, it's there in a boat as well, but one of the challenges of a kayak for sure is wind. I mean, you working the trolling motor or working a trolling motor in conjunction with like a power pole or a stakeout pole can really help you a lot. So, well, cool, man. Sam, we're gonna keep an eye on you. We'll be back here in just a little bit. Who do we need to say hi to? Let's uh, let's say hi to Will again. Will, how's it going, bud?
Oh, back to me. All right. Well, ain't nothing too new. I was trying to clear some crap out of my prop.
Ah, well, fun. That's one of the downfalls of trolling motors is somebody please invent a grass blade that actually works.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, cool. No, we're just flipping through the channel and just wanted to say hey and hi and invite everybody while we're jumping off the air. Yeah, man. Well, good luck, and we will talk to you soon. We want to jump through and get as many updates as we can before we get done with our day. Justin.
Hey, what's going on?
Not a thing, buddy. We're getting ready to head out, but we wanted to come in and say hi to you and see how things are going and see if you've had anything materialize here in the last few minutes.
No, I got some fish rustling around me, but they ain't wanting to do anything. Caught one little one earlier, about 8 inches. Had a nice one that got off a few minutes ago on a Carolina rig. But other than that, it's been pretty slow.
Well, good luck to you finishing it out. Keep grinding. We're gonna bring Boss Man back on. We're gonna bring Matt back on. I'm gonna roll through the scoreboards real quick. We're gonna say goodbye, and then we'll sit you out with our visit Stafford. We want to make sure and say thank you to Visit Stafford, to Ray's Eyewear, to all of our great sponsors, all the people that take the time to sponsor our teams. We truly appreciate you, Boss Man. Any final words?
Week, a lot of fish being caught, a lot of tight matches, man. This is what it's all about, you never know, that next fish can win it all.
Yep, absolutely. And I mean, and it is right down to it in a lot of these matches. Just keeping, I'm going to flip through the scoreboard.
And it's exciting.
Gonna get the Fishing Chaos board up. We're gonna wait for that time to hit. We're gonna give it a flip. It is 1:00 p.m. Eastern time. So let's relight. See where we're at. God, they actually upgraded another 2 inches.
Wow.
Oh my God, dude! What a great finish by West Virginia. I mean, that was, you got to just admire them slugging it out right there to the bitter end.
Yeah,
169.75 to 163.5.
Yeah, and they came out of the gate swinging this morning.
Yeah. I mean, that's just been a knockdown drag out and a well-earned victory by Indianapolis. Very cool. The Malas managed to hold off Pennsylvania 180.25 to 177.5. That was, I think, that was a pretty tight game. I think it might have been a little tighter than most people expected. Copperheads down from the Casters 98-30. Bandits and Hurricanes 148.25 to 36. Rough Riders Hogs 75.25 to 36. Rhode Island Rebels holding off Bay State 169. I mean, just dominating. 80 and a quarter on that one. Norfolk Privateers are up. They got some more fish on the board. Let's see what we got. So we got that 16. We got that football that Robert put up. And then we got another 14 that also Robert put up. So the Jig Master is holding it down for Norfolk right now. So it's shaping up to be a really good afternoon. So you guys stay tuned for updates. Keep watching the KFL page. And we'll see you guys later on today. Thanks so much. Appreciate you, Matt. Appreciate you, everybody. And
Good job, Lance.
yeah, thank y'all. Y'all have a great day.
The roots of history run deep through Stafford, Virginia. We've raised leaders, featured artists, and honored those heroes among us. We've learned from the battles fought, and we look to the future with hope. We take this time to focus on what makes us exceptional, while constantly remembering where we came from. We're always open to fresh ideas and innovation, and savor all of the flavor at our fingertips. We find inspiration in our craftsmanship, and there's always a hidden gem around every corner. Find yours. Rediscover Stafford.